And now to health. The arrival of a new baby is an exciting period for most families. For mothers, a safe delivery is what matters the most. However, for some mothers, the birth of a new baby can also lead to something unexpected, postpartum depression or PPD. The World Health Organization says 20% of women may develop PPD, a problem that is likely little talked about in Nigeria. Yet a problem that quality postpartum care is not readily available in many places across Africa. News Central's Omolola Ololade tells us more in this report.
According to the World Health Organization, about 1 in 7 women can develop postpartum depression, otherwise known as PPD or baby blues. It is a psychological disorder that affects women during pregnancy or within a year of delivery. While the direct cause of postpartum depression is unknown, some of the reported symptoms of this problem can be melancholy, deep anguish, and sadness. The experts add that the history of depression in women and social pressure can also contribute to this problem. Experts say recognizing or identifying that the mother is dealing with PPD is the first stage to treating this mental health problem.
Many times people don't recognize that these women after delivery have mental health challenges. So it's for us to recognize that it's something that people can experience and as such provide the needed support for them to overcome. And if it requires medication, it requires the necessary specialists to look after them. Let's do that so that for some of them, in a matter of weeks, they overcome it. So there is no point letting them go down the hill. And the babies will suffer for it, the mothers will suffer for it.
For some people, birth is a traumatic period. And so the onus is on the healthcare workers and even the family to just look for signs that can point to this woman is feeling poorly and this woman needs to seek care in the facility. It's easily diagnosable. And it's easy to diagnose. And one good thing about it is treatable with support, sometimes drugs. But family support is very important and is key.
While experts say this problem can be treated using medication and psychotherapy depending on each case, other survivors of postpartum depression emphasize support from family and friends as playing a big role in improving a woman's psychological state.
The woman's hormones and things that go on with childbearing, you understand, gets a woman to that point in her life. What does she need? She needs her community. She needs people that are close to her. She needs the right support from her family. She just needs to know that people are there to share her burden with her. With some people, it's just being able to be vulnerable enough to know that they have a listening ear.
Tinuke, a mother of 2, shares her experience with postpartum depression in the course of having her children. At first, it seemed like a simple case of depression, but it began to intensify with feelings of deep guilt for not loving her baby.
After I had my baby, it wasn't love at first sight. I didn't feel a connection. I went home, it was the same thing. I just knew I have a baby, I'm responsible for this baby. And then over time, my mood was all over the place. I experienced intense sadness. Like I would go to the bathroom and cry. It just felt like I wasn't even overwhelmed, but I was very sad. And then I felt guilty for not loving her. So that also made me overcompensate.
During the crisis, Tinuke mentioned that her daughter was also affected as she was unable to give her the attention she needed. She says she had massive support from her family and she followed medical recommendations to the letter as she overcame this difficult phase of her life. Omolola Ololade, reporting for News Central.